Yo, what is up, guys? This is the Brick Dough here, and we have the official images and release information for the 10294 Lego Titanic. All right, guys, so you may have seen this already, but a lot of the people in land and things like that have already gotten their hands on a Titanic set. You guys should definitely go check out those videos first. But in this video, I'm going to be talking more about the value analysis. You know, this set, it's a large set, and people are going to be deciding between this and something maybe like the Colosseum, or even something like the Imperial UCS Star Destroyer, or maybe the UCS Falcon as well. So if you're between, maybe those two sets, the Titanic and the Colosseum, let's go over some of the metrics here that I like to look at when considering value for a set. Now, these are going to be basically all quantitative metrics, but obviously the most important of anything is just what you think about the set, right? Does it look cool? Do you think, you want to display it, and is it displayable? And just all those sort of questions about, does it have any sort of qualitative or personal connections to you that, is going to maybe warrant you wanting to get it over another set, and that's most important. But it is fun to look at this whenever there is a release of large sets. I tend to kind of try to group them together just to see where things sort of stand in value to each other. So like I said, I'll be comparing this directly to the Colosseum here. And so basically, I try to use like three different metrics, or basically two different metrics here. The first one is price per piece, and this is super common. People, I think, place a lot of emphasis on this, and I think there is some importance. For me, this is sort of my quick check when I see sets. It's kind of the first thing that goes through my mind. I think like many others as well. It's not the most accurate or perfect metric, but it is sort of just that quick one that you can kind of recognize. And again, like sort of like that 10 cent per piece is in general kind of like what people look for. It's a little bit different, I think, with non-licensed sets too. So it's gonna be a little lower for both of these. So yeah, looking at the Titanic specifically, price per piece is going to be close to 7 cents. So obviously a little bit more than the Colosseum. What is kind of nice here is that these essentially have almost the same piece count, although the Titanic is $80 more. So, it'll kind of make a little more sense here. Now, this next metric to me is one of the most interesting, and I've tried to use this a lot more, and I like to look at it and try to compare it to other sets. This is basically dollars per pound of Lego that you get, right? So I've taken the weight of both of these sets. Now, both of the weights listed here are in pounds, and it is the entire box weight. I personally don't have either of these sets, so I can't just place the finished set on a scale. And so I take the box weights, and I think that, obviously it's not perfect, but given that they use the same box size and very similar sort of size and instruction manuals, I think that this is fairly accurate. This is basically like the shipping weight. And so when we go into this analysis here, we can see that the Titanic is a slightly better deal here. It actually weighs quite a bit more, and because of that, we do see one of the best dollar per pounds of any of these large Lego sets, in particular in comparison to the Colosseum. And if we even go in further here, and this should be the Titanic, but if we go in further here, it's actually been the best out of, in my opinion, basically the big four that we've gotten in the last, notable couple years here. It's been probably the best value according to this metric, the dollar per pound. Like I said, not everything, but it is a very interesting metric to look at. And as we would expect, like I mentioned just a second ago, the licensed ones are just going to have slightly more, and that makes sense. And those, especially the UCS Falcon, came with some decent minifigures, I thought, so you got to incorporate that as well. But for strictly these sort of Lego Creator adult type sets, I do think that these have a pretty good kind of strict comparison when using this metric. So pretty interesting to look at there, and I'm interested in what you guys think as far as which one you guys would pick up. And then sort of going into the qualitative analysis, this just kind of confirms my initial hunch for this set. I saw Solid Bricks, his review and his time lapse of the set, and I just cannot believe how big it is, and honestly, just what a great display piece it is. And I talked about in my previous video, if you guys saw that, about the original sort of leaked images we had there, and I said, man, this set's gonna be super hard to display. But he said something that made me realize it too. I actually think now that it's probably easier to display than something like the Colosseum or even the UCS Millennium Falcon. This is because the set in general is just very skinny, right? It's a ship. It's 4.5 feet long, but the total width is maybe like 5 inches, 6 inches. It's sort of the biggest. I mean, you can get a pretty skinny shelf and put it, on a wall or something like that, and you're going to be pretty much good to go. With these sort of sets that have a huge, large base, like the Millennium Falcon, that's sort of circular, especially the Colosseum as well, it's like you can't really put that on a shelf. The shelf would have to be super kind of like deep into the wall. So I actually do think that Titanic is probably a better display option than the Colosseum as far as the ease, as far as not having to make something that's custom or like a coffee table. The Colosseum, I think, and the Millennium Falcon, you do need to have something kind of creative set up there to display it. So guys, the Lego Titanic was really blown away by it. I think it's just going to be a fantastic set. I haven't really been this excited. I wasn't this shocked I was shocked to be this excited about this set. And personally, I just think I just can't believe how good of a job the designers did of it, and it is just going to be one of those incredible display pieces for people that have this. And in my opinion, one of the best, I would say, Lego creator expert, but kind of put that in quotes, Lego creator expert, right? Because we kind of have that's kind of like been faded out a little bit for these larger scalar sets. These are sort of just the I don't know what you would call it, sculptures kind of, or something like that. But in general, very excited about this set. Hopefully get my hands on it. But yeah, I'm curious to hear what you guys think, especially in comparison to the Colosseum, which one you guys would take. But anyway, guys, if you guys are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, guys, this is the Brick Doe signing off.